What's up, guys? NASCAR Fan 19 here. Time for another little hard drive update. And I'm sorry it's a little late. I got a little busy doing some record keeping for the league while it's on a little bit of a hiatus. Just updating the record book. And could have done this yesterday too, but I got a little trip that I did. A little Arcade Fire action. That was a nice concert. I'm going to take this off now. I've never bought a snapback in my life. Anyway. So, got the diagnostics back from the place that was looking at the hard drive, and it's a little pricey. It's more than they told me it might be. They told me it could be between, the guy that's my representative said it could be between $400 and $1,800, and it came out as $2,000, and I'm like, oh, that's fun, but yeah, I honestly thought, okay, gonna have to do it. I want those files, and I do want those files. But I talked to my dad because I have to talk to him about it anyway, and he kind of talked some sense into me. Said we gotta look somewhere else. That's too pricey, and I agree with him. I don't want to pay that much, but I also really want these files, not just for the league, which is why I'm talking to you guys about it, but because of everything else that was personal on it, stuff that I cannot replace because it's 5 years worth of photos, and yeah. Kind of need those, just for memory's sake. But yeah, so at this point, I'm kind of looking around. The nice thing about the diagnostics, which they did for free, is that now I know what the problem was, which is failed read-write drives, or something that verbiage. So yeah, now I know that's what's wrong with it. And now that's kind of helping me find different places that might be cheaper. I got to determine if they're trustworthy or not, if they're going to be able to do the job. And I expect that, based on where I was looking when I was picking this place, they definitely looked trustworthy. But the price might be up there in terms of, I think I could find cheaper places. So, yeah. So, I mean, they told me that they expected they could get something fixed on it, and they expected, like, minimum I would get 90% of the hard drive back, and it could be 100, but that's a pretty high guarantee. And honestly, as much as I'd like 100% of the hard drive back, I'm not going in with the expectation I'm going to get it all back, and that's okay. I just really want the files that I want the most, that I know is on there. But I'm still looking around. So I mean, I got a couple of weeks time to determine, can I find a better place? And if I can, I'm going to tell them, ship it back to me, because I'm not going to take the service. That's what they're giving me the option to do. I'll have to ultimately pay them $29 in shipping, because even when I took it to St. Louis, they shipped it off somewhere else to get to its main cleaning facility, I think in Ohio or something. And that's going to be the price for that. But ultimately, going to try to find somewhere that's cheaper, and possibly, maybe I'll send it back to them if for some reason that doesn't work out. But I think if people are upfront with me about their quotes, then that's going to help me out. But yeah, so that's going to be a little more of the time delay in terms of getting my files back. But that's where I am in the process now, is that I know what's wrong, and I'm going to try to take steps to find a better place, price-wise, that could potentially get those files back for me, so I don't ruin my bank account, because $2,000 is a large fraction of my life savings. So, yeah, don't want to crush that, even though my parents have always been stingy about, why don't you ever spend your money? Well, guess what? If I have to fork over that much cash for one measly mistake of running my hard drive off the table, then yeah, kind of glad I saved that money. But yep, so yeah, that's where I am right now, and just trying to work on it as much as I can. But yeah, I mean, I'll do as much work as I can. I have the Champions League. I have all those files converted that I could stitch them out. I think I said that last time. I was able to record the 4th Amateur Cup Series race because that comes after Race 5 of the League Cup Series, and it doesn't affect. Honestly, I've had. Trying to think. So basically, I've been able to race, like put out the races that I'm going to record all the way to Twin Ring Motegi, which is race 7 Elite Cup Series. Basically, I've got Champions League races and Elite Cup Series. Champions League race 5. God dang, I can't talk. Champions League race 2. Elite Cup Series race 5. And technically, I found out I didn't actually get all the files moved over onto the hard drive when I had the opportunity. So, yeah, I might have to record that. It's fun. Race 4, the Amateur Cup Series. All-Star Race. Elite Cup Series race 6. And Elite Cup Series race 7. Because all those don't have any effect until the Truck Series race 3 comes through. And that's when everything kind of gets messed up on the standings front. But I can't run this third Truck Series race until I figure out that I'm going to have any more late signups. So yeah, I've got some places I can record. That's always open, so I could get ahead on that recording process. But in terms of the editing process, I can't do that because all the editing files were on the hard drive. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a better job backing stuff up, but it also comes at the cost of I have to buy more hard drives. But if I drop one, it might come in handy instead of trying to waste my time shipping it off and not knowing if I'm ever going to get those files back ever again. But yeah, I'm rambling now. So that's where I'm at right now, and so it's going to be a little bit of a longer wait, but I will, as always, I will keep updating as I get stuff, and I will keep trying to pump up as many videos as I can that I have access to, and I'll see y'all later.